Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Wednesday, June 1st, 2016. Oh wow, today's episode is full of great stuff. First off, Nintendo is giving away Manaphy, a legendary Pokemon, free to everyone. Download them now through the Nintendo Network starting today until June 24th. EA will be hosting a live event via Twitch that will show off a 64-player match of Battlefield 1. Tune in on June 12th. Speaking of EA, two of their games, Titanfall 2 and Battlefield 1, will release within 3 weeks of each other, and that they say they have no fear of competing with Call of Duty. Well, yeah, no duh, but what I think you should be worried about is competing with yourselves, don't you think? The Division has gotten an update on PS4 to fix the double UI bug. Psyonix has said that they have reached 15 million players for Rocket League, with sales topping 5 million copies sold. Moving on to some sad news, the lead developer behind my favorite game, Kerbal Space Program, Felipe Harvester Falange, has stepped down. He has reassured everyone that this doesn't mean Kerbal's development is over. Here's some sad news for a different reason. Sonic Boom is getting a sequel called Fire and Ice. No. Why did they have to make a sequel to the worst one? Alright, so let's talk about Superhot VR. It's going to be an Oculus Rift exclusive, and I can't wait for the people at Revive to get their hands on it. Seriously, VR exclusives are a dumb idea. Sony is going to release more video editing tools for PS4 to facilitate better content from creators. Harvest Moon Skytree Village has been announced for Nintendo 3DS. No release date is finalized. In Shut Up and Take My Money news, Vans is releasing these awesome shoes on Friday, and holy crap, they are gorgeous. Finally today, we are ending teasers with everyone's favorite topic, naked people. A streaker made their way on stage at a Hearthstone tournament in the UK this weekend. He then put the trophy on his head and was tackled by someone cosplaying as a Jedi. No video footage was captured, but that is one hell of a story. And finally, there are nude mods for Stardew Valley. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go play Stardew Valley and master the fine art of growing yams. Yeah. Holy cripes! A story like this thankfully doesn't come along every day, but hey, easy news day, right? This is good. This is so good. I honestly can't believe something like this would happen today, considering all the backlash in the media from things like this happening in the past. The developers of a game called Operation Caucasus hosted a key giveaway on their Facebook page. A girl named Nivea directly messaged the page and asked if they could win a key. The reply was, "We're not support LGBT, please, fuck you." I'm not making this up. Here it is, right here. So maybe, just maybe, it's a mistake, a belief held by someone who's running the Facebook page, right? Nope. The developer has responded to criticism by posting a reply on the Steam forums. "We're real humans. We don't change our beliefs. You're a Christian? You can't support LGBT. You're not following any religions? There is no reason for the support of LGBT from you. In America, your parents teach you wrong. This is not the true way. If you'll understand it, you'll be a real human. If you'll not understand that, you'll just be a mutation version of human." That sounds like something you'd hear from Cobra from G.I. Joe. Since then, the developer says they have fired both the editor and managing director from their team. However, Dream Games still has yet to answer claims that the user Tin Cup the Middleman has made against them. During a conversation that's been posted to the Steam forums, it seems the game's files contains a particular file called "Don't Open This File.bat. Allegedly, the file contains religious texts, specifically Islamic propaganda. Any religious propaganda in any video game is illegal under US law. A new graphics card is coming up next, and I may not get a break next week because of it. By the way, there's a break next week. There's just going to be short episodes. Anyway, AMD has revealed yesterday the RX 480, a new card in their 400 series lineup, and we'll talk more about the naming scheme later. According to the fancy graph that's seen on your screen shortly, it aims to have capacities of either 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM on a 256-bit bus, and overall, the compute performance is said to be somewhere around 5 teraflops, and they're charging an MSRP of $199 US. At that price point, with that level of performance, I hope the people at Nvidia are shaking in their boots while they're sweating bullets. The card is set to release on June 29th, and I'm guessing other cards will release at the same time. Back to that whole naming scheme thing. I don't like that AMD seems to have gone away from their R series cards and is now on this RX naming scheme. Instead of trying to have the similar naming scheme to Nvidia, because let's face it, that's what they've been trying to do and that's exactly what they're doing now, how about they stay consistent in the same way that Nvidia has, because not only will it make things easier for us tech junkies to remember less combinations of letters paired with numbers, but it's easier for the low-end consumer who just wants a card to play games. In the quick spot, I'm going to try to cover as much Overwatch news as I can in as little as time as possible. Blizzard tweeted yesterday that competitive mode would be debuting in late July today, effectively delaying it by a whole month. Turns out it was a mistake and it's not delayed. Blizzard is also working on letting players save and export highlights instead of having to record them themselves. The connection problems on PS4 have been fixed. D.Va may be getting a buff and not in the form of doing more damage, and McCree is going to get nerfed because his ability to stun all players and then use his ultimate while they're stunned seems a bit overpowered. That is as fast as I can do it, and for more on Overwatch, stay tuned to News Cartridge. To end today, this one is a little bit touchy, and nowhere near as cut and dry as our first story today. More seems to be developing surrounding the European phenotype and names mod for Stellaris. A writer at Eurogamer, Chris Bratt, did an interview with the creator of the mod, and has now taken a stance against the mod as well as the creator himself. Brett claims in the article that there is more at hand than the mod itself or the racist comments supposedly made on the now-removed original upload page for the mod. The creator is Lord Zell, who runs a YouTube page whose landing page only has a single 12-minute video entitled An Argument for the Continued Existence of Europeans. Mr. Brett sums up this video and calls it, quote, a bullshit argument that European culture is under threat because people are breeding with other populations. Zell uploaded a video to YouTube today criticizing this article and quotes this very line. It was at this point I expected Zell to refute this argument, but he completely agrees. He thinks populations breeding with each other threatens and destroys culture, at least in regard to European culture. He claims the ideas in the Argument for Continued Existence video could apply to any group of people, but it is only European existence that is truly threatened today. A notion to me that also seems bullshit and outright laughable. Now, I don't want to get myself in any trouble, so I'm picking my words very carefully. It is of my opinion that if someone is afraid of their culture being destroyed by mixing with another culture, that's a good way to make yourself appear racist. I want to end this by saying, keep an eye on this guy. He's smart, and I don't mean that as a compliment. He knows very well what he's doing, has a way with words, and knows how to say what he wants to say without actually saying it. Now let's do tomorrow's game releases for PC: One Chanbara Z2, Chaos, Mattress, Swift, Meridian, Squad 22, Legend of Numbers, Grim Legends 3, The Dark City, Cabotus, The Battle for Sector 219, Medieval Battles, Black Edition, A Game of Changes, Plith, RFL, Clannad, Side Stories, Bloodgate, Cartcraft, Farming 6-in-1 Bundle, Projector Face, Age of Barbarian, Extended Cut, and Nebula. For PlayStation 4, Kick and Fennec. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I'll see you tomorrow. And why didn't the Romans find algebra very challenging? Because x is always 10.